Hello friends, working on the old jet ski today, a SUPERJET square nose. We're going to be taking out the old exhaust, stock exhaust, and we're going to be putting in this protec black pipe. So first you're going to want to disconnect these bolts, 14 millimeters. See, it's already loose. Loosen this hose clamp. See, it's coming out. See, there we go. It's popped out. There's the old stock pipe. Disconnect this one as well, and then just pull it out. They're stuck. And now we continue removing the rest of it. So next I remove these two 12 millimeter bolts. Pull this thing off. So far so good. Continuing on, so you're going to want to remove these four and these four bolts next. And you should just pop right off. You're going to want to remove this coolant line and then the main coolant line down here. After the lines are disconnected, just lift it out. And there we go. Next, you're going to want to take either a razor blade or wire brush and clean off the old gasket off of there, so you have a nice smooth surface to go back on with the new. There we have it, pretty clean. Wire brush was taking forever. I ended up using an air tool with one of these plastic fittings on it to clean the old gasket material off. Turned out pretty nice. Here's the new protec pipe I'll be putting in. I bought it used, obviously. It's already kind of set up with the coolant lines and everything. You're gonna want to split these two apart like this. You're gonna install this portion first. It's gonna drop right in. Make sure the surface is clean. Get yourself a brand new gasket. It's gonna go on there like that. Take your main cooling line, hook it up to the bottom of the manifold. And as you can see, this other coolant line comes up and it goes right to the head. Pretty simple. Don't forget to put your gasket in here. Reassembly, you just put back the old 4 bolts here, 4 bolts there. For this bottom corner and this top corner, they're going to be different. I reused the stock ones here, but for this top one, you're supplied an extra long bolt. And for that bottom one, you're going to need a shorter one because it's a bit of a tight squeeze in there and you can't fit the stock one through. And once you have all 8 bolted in, you're ready to drop in the main pipe. You're going to want to hook it back up to this. And the stock rubber hose here is too long, so you will have to trim it somewhere around there, long enough to where it'll fit on. So there it is, trimmed. And I only had 1 bolt here that lined up top. The other one doesn't line up, so I got that one tight. And then there's 2 right there on that flange that go all the way through with a nut on the end. As you can see, I only have just 1 on there right now. And here's what it looks like all bolted up. protec connected down there. As far as cooling lines, you got the one from the head here going down there, and then the main line going to the connection underneath. And then on the inside, you got that coolant line teeing off and going down to the end of the exhaust, right down there, and then also up here, which this is going to go into a pisser right here. Oh, and also you're gonna want to cap this thing off. Alright guys, so pipe is in. Next we're moving on to the carb tuning. Because of the higher flow, obviously you're going to want to remove your carburetor. You're going to remove this pipe to gain access to the jets. And I couldn't find any info on protec pipe tuning for this engine, the 6M6. So I'm going to go off of the Kaufman exhaust instructions. I figured it'd be roughly about the same. So there's the instructions for the jetting. There's a 2.0 needle in seat, 125 main, low speed, 2 turns, high speed, 2 turns. And then they say you want about 20 pounds of pop-off pressure with a 65 gram. According to the Blosian website, I got the 80 gram because that would get me up to about 21 pop-off. I think those instructions are just a little bit old. And then I got the 125 main and the 2.0 needle in seat. That's what we're going to start with, and we're just going to tune off of that baseline. We'll see how it runs. Now let's do a quick test fire to see if it runs. Alright, so it seems to be running. Now all I gotta do is just take it out to the lake, drive it around, see how she goes, and do some more fine tuning. Alright guys, well that's the basic steps on how to install an aftermarket exhaust on these square nose superjets with the 6M6. I know there's a lot of 701 information out there. I had a hard time finding tuning and modding information for the 6M6. So hopefully this video helps some of you guys out. Thanks for watching, guys.